afternoon, morning or evening, whatever time you're watching this, but we're out about in the Black Mountains today. We're out with Darren from Motorway and his brother Nathan. We're doing Nathan and Darren's coast to coast video, but doing a bit of a wild camp today. It's cold, it's really cold. I think it's forecast to be around freezing tonight, so should be a bit of frost and a bit of ice on tents overnight and in the morning. But we've an idea where we are. We just come up our first summit, just come up the first peak as a Ken, just in the background there, and we're heading just over that way, somewhere over there. So it's Gary Glass, I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Darren probably will. So yeah, and on this video I think what we're going to try and do is we've actually bought a new tent. So we've got the Naturehike Cloud Peak, and do a bit of a review, because when I was actually looking to buy it, a lot of write-ups I found, but not an awful lot of people who have been out using them. I only find a couple of videos really of the guys who've been out using them and giving you an idea. So I'm going to do a bit of a review and let you guys know how I find it. But yeah, we've got some epic scenery, just climbing over these rocks and over the quarries and things here. And this probably won't be the first or the last of the views that we're going to see today, so hopefully you can see the landscape. Never walked the Black Mountain. Lived in South Wales pretty much all my life, and I just didn't know the landscape was like this. It's like walking on the surface of the moon. It's just craters everywhere. It's fab. Like I say, one of the best things up here, it's absolutely silent. Other than me talking, it's just, you can't hear a thing. It's fab. We are about 2 miles in, so just over an hour. Quite undulated. Just come from behind me there. We're just coming up to Trig Point 2. Don't know the name. Let's try and figure it out and to get in somewhere here. Lovely. We've seen about 5 people so far, which is great. Lovely, just on our own, kind of middle of nowhere up in the Black Mountains. So just coming up to Trig Point 2. And Nathan already there. Lighter and faster than me, so high trudge. It's cool, Trig.
Lighter? I'm carrying 17 kilos.
That's his own fault.
I like it.
Nathan's younger and lighter, so he doesn't count. This is cool. I'm literally in like a boulder field. It's mad. It's amazing. Huge. Got a bit more way to go, but we're not actually that far away where we're going to stay. Highest point. So we've got some Kens just behind us. 1 and 2. So we've come just from where the sun is poking his head through, just over that way. I think we've got just under a mile or so left till we reach the point where we planning to stop for the night. I think we're just within an hour, say, of sunset, so need to a little bit of a shift on, but we're at the highest point now, so views are pretty spectacular still. So we're about 5 miles in now, pretty much done hiking for the day, so it's getting up to about not far off sunset. Just coming up, you can just see the Trig up ahead of where we're looking at, so shouldn't be too much further. And yeah, I thought it would be a good time just to have a quick look at the Naturehike and the tent that we mentioned at the start we're going to be using tonight. I picked mine up on Amazon. I think it's about £180. It's not too bad. Seems to be some deals on it you can get if you look around. Yeah, it looks quite good. It looks really sturdy. 3-pole construction. I've set it up in my kitchen, which Neil wasn't too thrilled about, but it looks really sturdy. We've got no wind today. I shouldn't have a problem there, but I think it's about 2.5 kilos with the ground sheet, so it's a little bit heavier than the Van Gogh Nevis 100 I use normally for multi-days, but hopefully it should give me a bit more room, because construction is really good. So you've probably seen it's got the doors on either side. It's quite big. It's a lot of space. I think if you've got 2 people in there, it's going to be pretty comfortable. But yeah, hopefully we're just going to head up onto the trig, find a little spot. So where we are, it's kind of a lot of rocks, a lot of ridges, and yeah, we're going to find a nice little soft spot to pitch up for the night. Yeah, we've got a little bit further to go, just up this little hill, just up to the top, and then find a nice little spot, and then I'll do a little time lapse of setting the tent up. So I set up once, just got an idea of what I need to do, but should be funny to watch. I'm pretty clumsy, as most people know. But yeah, I'll show you the trig in a sec, and then get the tent out and show you what it's like. Naturehike Cloud Peak. Winds are in one of the doors, but it's not too bad. 4-season tent is advertised as and not sold. I'll show you why in a bit, but you can just see like the wind is getting up underneath it there. A little bit around the side. Now I've probably not done the best job in pitching it, but it's pretty sturdy. It's not moving. Like, there's not a lot of wind, I've got it, but it's really not going anywhere. So yeah, I'll show you a bit more from the inside later on, but it's going okay. It's a little bit fiddly to put up, but not too bad. A bit of a, I like this. Pretty decent. I've got my Osprey Rook bag in with there. I'm 6'1" and I can set up pretty easily in there. It's a decent bit of headroom in here. The vestibules are brilliant because you've got one of these either side. So obviously once the door is closed, you can see just how much room you've got, and then you spin it around and you've got the same on that side. It's blowing a little bit, which is, well, I kind of said it's probably not a 4-season tent, but yeah, it's not too bad. You got a little hook for your lights, you got a little pouch just in there for your stuff, and there's another one just at the other end as well. So, but it's blowing a little bit. It's not too bad, but it's quite nice. It's pretty sturdy, so hopefully it should be pretty comfy throughout the night.
Well, not leaving camp.
Can't see a thing. Hey. Hello. You can't see us, but we have a light and some music. Ah. To the minus figures at the moment, but yeah, it's quite cozy to be honest. I'll be fair. We've got quite a lot of space down here. So this door comes out, so you can lift that one up. So this just unzipped him, tuck him back up there, and you can see we've actually got quite a decent amount of space down here. I'll be honest, it's really handy. I mean, I wish there was probably there's no thing to cover this up. So on that one, you've got a little hook there, if you can see it. It usually comes on the iPhone. Other brands are available. You've just got this little flapping bit, so I'm gonna try and tuck it back here, but it's not really. That's what we want to know. So, got the jet board ready to go. I think we have some lunch, have some dinner. So in my Van Gogh sleeping bag, I've got my heat holder socks on, so everything's nice and warm, nice and toasty. And I've also got the GoPro down by my legs as well, trying to warm that up. So hopefully we'll get that going again. But yeah, we'll have some food. I think we've got some adventure foods, pasta, mushroom pasta, and then some Reese's peanut butter cups. So should be nice. So there we go, that's all ready to go. So it's all hot water's in there. It's really good. They're really good. I've always been a bit unsure about those adventure foods till I actually tried them, but they're really nice, quite tasty. You pop some water in, 8 minutes and you're good to go. So yeah, just wait for that to be done and just leave the lid off the jet boil for now, just so some of the heat gets into the tent. Very nice. Tent, really good. Gotta say, I'm really impressed. So I've got the climate insulated sleep mat, and I've got a foam pad underneath, which I don't think you can see, it's just there. The tent obviously has got the inner fly net, and then the ground sheets. There's quite a lot between me and the ground, which is nice. But one feature I do quite like is obviously we've got these massive doors either side. So I've just opened up just a small section of the door here. I haven't unzipped it all, and then you've got obviously a slightly more sociable side where you can still have a chat to the guys over there. So really impressed. It feels like there's a lot of room. I mean, I'm nowhere near the back. I'm sitting up with my legs nowhere near the end. So far so good. To give an idea, I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but we've got these big doors, big vestibules. So I've got my bag out in that one. I have to bring David the dragon back in. That's Adventure David. But so my bag up there, tucked out the way, and then all my kit and all my cooking stuff is just in here. So far so good. Hoping it carries on. It feels like it's really sturdy. It's flapping a little bit, but I don't think we're going to notice much in there. I think if it was a bit windier, it's going to flap a lot more, because you've just got the top section up here, the hat kind of thing, for want of a better word, and the cover over the top. It's going to flap a bit more, but it's so far so good. So we had a little wander on camp. I'll stick some photos up at this point just to show you kind of the views and the tents and stuff. We've lit the tents, got some pretty cool photos. Clouds rolling in a bit actually, so we're in the clouds, but there's no wind. It's so silent, like it's a tiny little bit, but what it is it's probably in the minus figures, I'd say, with the chill, but can't feel it in here. It's fab, gotta say. I probably haven't done the best job. This side is flapping a little bit on the outside, but I haven't done the best job in pitching, as you saw. But so far, really impressed with the tent. Yeah, it's got loads of room. I haven't even sat on the sleep mat yet, and I'm sitting alongside it. I think if you've got two people here, it's really good option. But yeah, it's coming to about 8 o'clock, so I think it's time to call it a night.
Morning. I'm smirking because Darren just nearly set his tent on fire. He decided to have a cup over there, shook the gas up, and nearly set fire to the mountain. It was hilarious. He didn't, thank God. But anyway, morning. I have my first cup of the day. Nice night though. We didn't have any wind, but didn't feel a thing in this tent. It was fab. Slipped off my sleep mat a couple of times, but that's just because I wriggle a lot. But yeah, recommend it. I wouldn't say, I know I said this in the start, I wouldn't say it's a 4-season tent, but I gotta say it kept the heat in pretty well. I'm using a climate insulated sleep pad, and as I said yesterday, my Vango sleeping bag, and it was lovely. It was really warm, gotta say. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a cup of coffee now, have some breakfast. Hopefully some miracle happens and we get a bit of a sunrise, but I doubt it. But we'll pick up in a bit.
So tent's all the way. I wanted to do a time lapse, but as I said yesterday, the GoPro just died in the middle of the night and forgot to charge him. So yeah, it's gone down pretty easy. It took about 5 minutes. What I've done is taken it out of the bag and just popped it into an OEX dry sack. The bag it comes in is quite good, but it's okay. But it's just drawstring essentially, so you can't really compress it down. Whereas you've got a dry sack like this, You can really get all the air out of it, so you've got a pretty thin pack. Just slot back in the bag. I gotta say, all in all, overall review, first time using it, really impressed, gotta say. A couple of little niggles, but nothing major. Didn't move in the wind, there wasn't much. I imagine it might flap a little bit with the top cover, but I didn't use the guidelines or anything, didn't need them. Definitely be using it again. It's well worth the money for what you pay for it. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, recommend it. So that's all that's packed up. Everything in the bag, other than some trample grass. I don't know, we've been here. Got a little rubbish bag at the side of the bag. It's been a good night. It's still quite cold. Didn't get the sunrise we were hoping for. As you can see, it's cloudy as anything. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably leave it at that one for today. Hope you enjoyed the review. Hope you found it helpful, because I couldn't find many reviews when I was looking for the Naturehike tent, and hopefully this has given you a bit of an insight of what it's like out and about. If you've enjoyed it, if you don't mind, hit like and subscribe and share it. Hopefully it might help other people make decisions in the future as well, and yeah, just give you an idea of what you're looking for. So hope you've enjoyed. We've had a blast. Let's get the guys to say ta. Nathan's packing up his bag. There he goes. Right, we'll see you again. See you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Take care all.